He is a businessman, an image consultant, and a great singer. Stick around. Humbu VHULAHANI.
Ndayando.
Never for woman.
Ndayando.
My man, I always say to people, look, I know who you are.
Yeah.
And billions of people out there know who you are. But there's just a few somewhere, somewhere in Kuala Lumpur who do not know who you are. Who is Humbu?
Sure, such a difficult question, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very difficult question.
Yeah.
I'm just an ordinary boy from the homelands. I was born here in Jozi, actually.
Yeah.
I was born in Soweto, and I lived much of my life in Venda.
Mm-hmm.
Grow up there I probably lived in Venda for about 13, 14 years. We still have a home there. It's a retirement home for my family now, for my dad. Okay. And I'm a businessman. I'm multifaceted. It's difficult for me to explain who I am, because it depends on what context. But I plug in a lot of ways. But to simplify it, I'll say I'm a businessman.
Look, I think I met you for the first time.
Where did we meet?
And I don't wanna. Sorry. I don't want to expose my very young age.
Where did we meet?
I met you for the first time, I think it was 99.
Sure.
You were performing with your band.
Yes.
It was called Real Joy.
Real Joy, yeah.
Real Joy. And you were with Bo.
K and D and Keith. Yeah.
So that's when I saw you for the first time. I'm like, this young man can dance, they can sing, they can hold it all together. Do you want to talk to us about that time, man?
Sure, bro. Look, in 99, I came to Pretoria, I think in 98, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. But 99, I recollect, that's when actually Real Joy started. Yeah. We were busy at TOG, Tower of Grace, in Pretoria. It used to be
famous TOG.
It used to be at Schubert Park. I remember actually at Schubert Park. We had a conference once, and then I prepared a little song, and nobody knew who I was. Yeah. I was just a boy that had a love for music, and I asked for a slot in the program. I said that there's a song I'd like to minister. And they said, okay, you can come in and minister. So before the sermon, I went in and ministered. And you know, when you're doing something, right? It was probably one of my first biggest performance ever. When I talk about performance, I'm talking about audience, really. Do you know when you're singing a song or when you're doing something and you have your eyes closed? That's how I sing. I always have my eyes closed, and you are in your own world. I don't know
why they close their eyes, but
we'll talk about. So you doing whatever you're doing, and then the world is receiving this thing, and everybody's on their feet. Like that, the reception of this was amazing, and so that's where I started. And then on that day, that's when I met Kay. That's when I met Kay. Okay. We did a couple of stuff together. Kay actually walked up to me and said, "Hey, dude, I love what you just did. I think we should do some stuff together." Yeah. And because he's my boy, he's in the church, we're serving together there. We're like, okay, look good. Let's do some stuff. And I actually realized there's a great singer, a great composer, great guy, right? Yeah. And then 99, and then a few weeks later, we did something, and then we met D and we met Keith. And we decided to put this thing together, and then we started a band, baby. Wow. And then we started a band. Wow. Yeah, man, that's 99, and I guess my musical element, my element within the music space started in 99 here in around in Gauteng.
Wow. That's so amazing, man.
Yeah, man.
And you've had a long journey. I mean, just generally, I know you had a salon at some point. Tell us about your salon, my guy.
Oh wow, bro. So here's the thing. So when I was doing my matric, I think a couple of years before then, before 99, I think I probably did my matric in 97. And I know this is going to give away my age. I'm very old. Yeah. So I started while I was doing my matric in my dad's garage. I was living alone by then. My dad has just gone to pension, and he says, "Hey, here's a house. You can, live in it and do whatever." So I looked at it, and I saw an opportunity in the garage. My friends, we put together whatever we had. We started a little something. I knew nothing about hair then, and it was just for pocket money and being able to survive, really. So we started a salon in the garage in my dad's garage, and we put up mirrors there. We put a door on top of 2 speakers, and we swept the floor, and people started coming, and we cut their hair, we tongued their hair, we relaxed their hair, we did whatever. And then later on, when I came to Pretoria, it was one of the first. When I was still in varsity, that's the first thing I did. As soon as I got to Pretoria, I saw an opportunity. I was walking down the street, I saw an opportunity. I like the space. Like, how about I open a little thing? I can continue the thing that I started at home here. So I came and I started that thing. I had to continue from then, and that's how the Pretoria Salon happened. Yeah.
Man,
So I'm a hairdresser too. I'm a hairdresser as well.
So that has to be added to all the, to your CV.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Because I'm actually qualified. I actually went to school and studied this thing later on. I had to study, and I worked for corporates.
So I don't know if these things link. I love music.
Yeah.
And I love a whole lot of things that we're going to unbundle here.
Okay.
So I think one of the major things that I want us to talk about today is style. So, ladies and gentlemen, this man taught me how to dress like a gentleman. He came to my place, took away all the suits that were not making sense, and he actually clothed me.
I can't believe it. You had a lot of indecent stuff in your wardrobe, bro. I promise you. You had some huge, and then you are a bit smaller than what you are.
Very small.
You had these big suits. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is this guy doing? But is it like, I like to look good, and I'm like, okay, let's put it together. It's fine.
He said, just give this away
to the poor. Let's give them to the poor.
The good old days.
Yeah, bro.
What's your thing with fashion, man?
So I've always been, even when I was younger, those days, the 97, 98, 99. Yeah. I remember I drafted a CV, which I then found later on. I didn't even remember this. I found a CV like 10 years later, and in that CV I had written that I want to be an image consultant, which is I am right now. Yeah. And I did not do that consciously. I guess it's that thing where when you talk about the words are a construct. You construct things with your words. When you say you want to become this or you want this thing starts coming together.
It actually happens.
It comes together, and you just see your life walking. You're walking a certain path. You're walking a certain direction, and that's what happened. So I've always been a go-to guy when it comes to fashion. Gentlemen will always call me and say, "Hey, I'm going to this. I'm doing that. What should I put together?" I've always been very stylish. I actually told myself I want to be the best dressed man I know.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had to build. Later on, when I was tired of doing hair and all of that, I felt like there was something bigger. There was something more than hair that I wanted to do. And I remember I met a guy, and through this brother of mine, Chimangadzo Nechtimani, I then said to him, he was traveling to Europe. I said to him, let's start a business. Let's start. I've got a dream. I've got a thing in the fashion. Try and collect this and that and that and that. Then I couldn't travel. And then when I got an opportunity to travel later on in the years, I started this business, and I thought it's actually a natural thing. People that know me from the salon days always said, "But this is who you are." I'm like, how come I didn't know? I didn't see it.
My guy, you were wearing your big jeans with your big shoes and I'm like, this guy, he's got it all together.
Bruh. Then I was wearing very marks up coming up to the knee. We wearing skinny jeans. We wearing big jeans. I was just fashionable. I was just really that fashionable person.
And if it doesn't have a shiny thing,
no,
it's not the one.
It's not the one. if it doesn't have the tap dance thing, pieces on the front and back, when you're walking, you sound like a horse.
Then we know it's a knockoff.
Bruh, in those years, I was spending money on shoes. I was probably spending like $1,000 on shoes, on that type of shoe. It was just a love for fashion, man. And I didn't know that one day it will lead me to where I am.
Wow.
I just think that dreams have a way of unfolding.
Yeah.
You may be interested in something, but how that thing actually unfolds, only God knows where it's going to end, you know. So I look at it and think it was quite an interesting journey. Yeah.
And you have a beautiful business, MANMADE.
Yeah, man.
You want to talk about MANMADE?
Of course. MANMADE is my baby, man.
Yeah.
I think in 2016 maybe, 2011 actually. Yeah. 2011 I traveled the world. I decided I had some little money. I said, let me put this money on flights and things, carry bags. I want to see what to find out there. And then I traveled, and for some reason I've always had a love for the executive way.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just fashion; it's a certain type of fashion.
Yeah.
I translate it in a certain way. So, because of my travel and being exposed to Europe and how they do the executive way, I fell in love with it, man. I said I need to start a business on this thing. I remember I collected a few things. I tested the market for a number of years. Whatever I was making, I was throwing it back in there, and then it was just a retail business. You know, I was just starting up. You know, and then, like I say, as it was unfolding, it unfolds and it becomes something else. It keeps taking a different shape altogether. And so where we are right now, when I started this business, I thought it would be a retail business, but the business itself will tell you what it wants to do.
Yeah, of course.
It always, how people receive it will tell you. It's just like what you are. You would think that you are this, but people will actually be a mirror and show you what you actually are.
Yeah.
So during that time, I was conceptualizing on a model. I thought, how we should call this thing and all of that. It was just a retail thing for me. But I started realizing that people, every time I've styled someone, every time I've given someone stuff, people always feel like, they always feel themselves
special,
like,
man.
I'm like, it came to me that everything else about us is God-given. But style is man-made. So when I'm done with you, I want you to feel like, sure, I am made, bro. Like I feel like, and that's where it came from, and we built it from there and started putting things to it to grow, and then later on it became what it is right now, which is a bespoke business. We tailor make suits and we style you for whether it's production, TV production stuff, or celebrities.
Check this out.
That's what we do. Wow. Yeah. Interesting thing.
Wow, man. Well, you have an interesting life and
I know, bro.
And fashion.
I know.
Doing what you love. I think that it doesn't get any better than that.
No, not at all. I think, there's a thing I said to myself once. I said, I would love to be everything that I can possibly be.
Yeah.
Everything I can possibly. If it comes to my mind that I want to be a hairdresser, I want to be that thing.
Yeah.
If I want to move on and do other things, I want to move on.
Then,
I want to be that thing. And if I say I want to be a singer, I want to be that thing.
Yeah.
And I'll put efforts to it. I'll make sure that I become the thing that I.
Of wanting to become a singer.
Yeah.
Well, I might as well say it here because there's a song I've been working on.
Yeah.
And I've tested in my head a whole lot of people. To sing this song.
All right.
And you kept on coming, man.
Okay, hello.
So maybe let's announce a single coming out.
Oh wow, I'd be like that will be an amazing thing to do. Like I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that.
I'd love to hear you sing.
I'd love to hear you play. I'd love to hear you, bro. I know you're a mean pianist, bro. All the stuff you've done with Abu Mabongi and them and great stuff. And I've always, we've talked about this for many years. I said it would be nice to do one thing. Actually, you're one of the people that have always seen the talent in us. You know, when you listen to, I remember you when you listened to one single that we did, and like, you were quite amazed. I'm like, what? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, this is. Yeah. So I guess we have to fuse this thing together. I'd love to hear what. I'm wondering what sound you're thinking or what you have in mind.
Look, I want it to be a surprise
to
these guys. I mean, well, to you, we'll talk after after the camera. But hey, I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to that.
I'd love to.
And people are in for a treat. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man.
I'm making music again. I'm so excited about it.
Oh, really? Amazing. Amazing stuff.
Took a bit of a break, but I'm making music again and doing something with you.
I'd love to do it, bro. Like literally, you are gonna go make me go crazy. Listen, I'm gonna send you stuff. I'm gonna send you voice notes and stuff that I'd love to. I'd love for us to do stuff. I'd love to do stuff. I know what you've done. You're quite amazing in this thing. Yeah, man.
Man, thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking precious time to just chill with me.
Absolutely, man. I could do anything.
These people so busy the whole time.
No.
But you still have time for little old me.
Little old me? What do you mean? For special friends, there are certain people when they call, you pick up a call, you pick up that phone. So you're one of those people. You're doing some amazing work. I can't wait to hear what else you're doing right now. What you came back. I mean, you've been traveling the world. I'm very interested to hear what you've been putting together. I want to hear this.
No, you will.
Let's do it, my brother. Awesome.